sketchy that was. Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to part 3 of today's community. Welcome, can you all hear me loud and clear? Very good, thank you, Bonnie. As you can see, we're not joined by Susie today. I'm joined by Angela. Now, if you've been following our social media, don't worry everybody. Susie's still here.
Still here.
Still in the studio and rocking a new pair of glasses, everybody, as well. But as you can see, I've been joined for a very, very special guest today from a very special company called Arley House. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I'm very much lover of certain things. We're not talking about Formula One, no. We're talking about upholstery, digital printing, fabric, base cloth, and the all important, yes, because we are business, and we're going to say that dirty word of profit and margins. Now, Angela here is the representative of Arley House and can solve all of those problems for you, okay? But not only solve all of those problems, she can help you on the way to having, just have a quick look at this fabric, like some amazing fabrics, right? But we're going to get more onto that later. Now, Susie is here, and if you've got any questions, please fire them in and Susie will read them out. Right, without further ado, we're going to introduce Angela. Angela has just turned up, and bless her. Like, you can't quite see this, but just off camera, we have a huge amount of pattern books, and let's hope we've got a huge amount of time. And also, she's just walked in with 2 massive rolls of fabric that for us, and I've got community today, then I've got my foundation course, then I need to do all the uploading and editing, and about 9 o'clock tonight, I might start work on these chairs because I'm so excited. And I'm sure that sounds exciting to you, but what would be more exciting to you is if we talk to Angela and she can tell you all how she's going to make you very excited and going to help your business along the way. So, good morning, Angela, and first of all, thank you very much for giving up your time, and I presume you're lying this morning because you've been here early. So, you're from Ashley Manor, it's a furniture company, Arley House. Ashley Manor is an upholstery company, you don't really want to go. But you're from Arley House, but you also have quite a pedigree in the furniture industry. Tell us all about you and tell us all about Arley House.
Okay, so my background is interiors. I've had my own business for 25 years, working high-end domestic generally, little bit of commercial as well. Then I was approached by Designers Guild. They had a vacancy, which I decided at the time. My lease was coming up for renewal, and things had changed a little bit. A lot of people working online, obviously. Yep. So I decided to close my studio and take the job at Designers Guild. Obviously, with my background in interiors, I was able to work with people quite closely. Yep. The projects. So that was a big, big
But the thing is, working with being an interior designer and kind of out punting your fab around, you already get it, don't you?
Yes, you get it from the other person's perspective.
That's the. Yeah. We're going to go on to it, but the one thing I love about Arley House that I don't see from other companies is they don't see it from both sides. And the one thing I mean by that is the base cloth to print on. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Yeah. Again, over to you.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it's important to understand what people want, and also, people are busy. They need, coordinates. They will let me know which, they might choose a key fabric, and then they will send me their mood board, and then we can put other things. So I'm quite often selecting coordinates for busy designers who just appreciate the help. So that's really good.
But also, I mean, for you, that must be like keeping your finger in the other side of things and keeping excited.
I really like doing that, because otherwise I think you get rusty and you don't know what you're doing anymore. Yeah. And I've done it for a long time, so I can instantly think, oh, we've got this, we've got, you know, we're very, very quick with our sampling. So if somebody requests sampling early enough in the day, it will go out the same day.
Right.
As long as we've got it on the shelf. If we're printing things, it's literally a couple of days, because we print everything in our own workshop.
Now, question for you. When you're printing your samples, do you just take it ad hoc from anywhere in the pattern?
No.
Or do you...
Yeah, they're all the same. They're all identical.
See, now this is from an upholsterer's point of view that you may not have came across yet, but when you're, and I totally get it because I had it explained to me, like I think it was Steve at Linwood that did it. When you're asking for cuttings, they may just take a cutting from anywhere on the fabric. So if you've had a customer look at a sample book and go, I particularly like this fabric because it's got birds in it, for instance, it might not, when you get the cutting, it might not show the true representation of all the colours, but just somewhere on the fabric where they've taken that cutting from. And what Angela's thankfully saying as an upholsterer's like plus point is they're taking the same design and printing it repeatedly on a fabric, and then that's how you get in your cutting. So that's it. And they're not a measly little cutting either as well, because some companies send out the most measly cuttings of a random piece of fabric and the customers none the wiser, so complaining this isn't the same fabric. So delighted to hear that.
Yeah, we send a standard, we send an A5.
Right.
And it's a cropped image, so we will pick we will pick an image that is representative of the design, showing as many of the colours as we can, and we will produce all the samples the same. If you need an A4 sample, we're quite happy to do that. That's just take, you know, like I say, we print one of those for you. Everything on the shelf at our workshop is an A5 sample. Like I said, you can have as many as you want within reason, you know, don't clean us out, but you know.
Honestly,
you can have, you know.
Well, edit that bit out of this video because this lot are like vultures. They'll be like, yep, order this, order this, order this.
Order this.
But yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're very easy to work with. We're a small independent, you know, a smaller independent brand, very boutique brand, bold and adventurous designs, all mainly paint. I would say that the majority are painterly. So we have our own network and team of designers, artists, colourists as well.
Sliding more off camera.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to drag your chair a bit this way. There we go.
I'm getting dragged in.
Yeah.
So we, you know, the fact that we do all the designing ourselves means that we can separate and produce bespoke colours, which is something that we're doing a lot of. So if you have, you know, in the upholsterer scenario, you may have a customer that has a set of curtains or a particular suite that they're matching to. If you picked one of our designs and the colour wasn't quite right, then you could say, well, you know, for instance, in this design, I'm not sure whether you can, yeah, you can see, you know, the pink might be too pink. You might want a little bit more of an apricot tone. So we can actually do you a bespoke colourway.
Which is really unusual, because most fabric houses that are offering digitally printed fabric are not printing in-house, are they? And that's one of the biggest differences with you guys.
That's the big difference. I mean, it makes a massive difference to us because we can work so economically as well. You know, we're producing, you know, cut velvet, beautiful digitally printed, painterly designs, you know, that other companies just can't compete on the price because we have all the production facilities in-house. So not only do we have speed in our favour, but we also have the quality of the base cloths because of the experience that we've got, you know, at our sort of director management level in terms of working with mills, but also you know, we have all the production, so we just print. So we can actually, like I did for you the other day, we can do something super fast.
I know, yeah.
Now, we don't like to do it all
Again,
the time.
Angela, be very careful. Be very careful on what you're saying. So far, you've said you can have any fabric delivered quickly. Any pattern can be retouched and resampled, and you can order as many samples as you want. I mean, honestly, this lot will. They're basically on the website now, stripping it bare. Honestly, vultures, told you.
I've got a quick question. Do you
Yes.
deliver to Northern Ireland?
I believe we do. I believe
Right,
we do. Yes.
Una.
I presume that was Una that was
It
asking
was
that
Una.
question, because unfortunately Una's in Northern Ireland, only across the water, still in Great Britain, but suffers dreadfully
Yeah.
against all the kind of things we pump it out, the Ultraflex and all this. Thankfully, Arnie is in France, I'm sure Arnie is asking the same question.
We've
Can
got
we-
Republic of Ireland being asked as well.
No, we ship all over the world. I mean, we ship to, you know, the Middle East.
You
We
know,
ship
many
to
in the top.
Portugal regularly, Italy, France, Holland. We've got a furniture company in Holland that use our designs, a Dutch seating company. So we have a network of accounts, you know, all over, over the US.
Which is amazing because we've got students that have got problems getting stuff
I'm
from
just
lots of fabric
flaunting
houses.
this one, just
Yeah.
while, look at the colour of that one. Oh, look at that, how
That's
excited.
beautiful.
Just before we get down to the excitement of looking at all the fabrics, the other plus points that people struggle with from things is, imagine your stock room is not the most exciting, most vibrant, most colourful room to walk into, just because all your base cloths are going to be white, right?
Yeah.
But if you have your base cloths in the stock room, you're never going to run out of any fabric design at all.
No, no, that's it. I mean, we have a very, you know, we're very focused on not having any waste or minimal waste.
Yep.
For, you know, the environmental impacts. So obviously the inks that we use are state-of-the-art inks. You know, they're very costly. We don't want to waste them, but also we don't want to produce fabric that we're not selling.
Yeah.
So we have a policy where we print to order. We don't keep any stock, and we keep a wide range of the bases. So including recycled bases, because that's another story that's constantly emerging, that people want recycled velvets in particular.
Yep.
Recycled from used plastics.
Okay.
So not from new plastics.
Yeah.
Which sometimes
Which is the greenwashing side
is
of the
the
upholstery
kind of
industry.
is the awkward bit, because to me it's got to be used plastics, which we do. So we've got, you know, a range of well, we've got loads of different base cloths. So yeah, I mean we're all, you know, the big thing is we don't run out of stock. You know, occasionally, very very occasionally, we could have a massive order from a hotel, for instance, and it might just wipe us out for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then we're sort of quickly, it happens rarely because we do keep big stocks. The other thing is that we don't discontinue any of our designs, which is another thing that is music
But I
to people's
suppose if they're
ears.
only computer
Yeah.
files at the end of the day.
Well, we keep them, we have a digital library and we can tap into that at any point. So, I mean, the importance of that for in your industry as well is that if somebody does have a chair done, you know, a couple of years ago, or it might get damaged, or, you know, they want another one doing, we can just, you know, replenish.
You're going to be able to
We
get
can
that
just
same
they're
fabric.
gonna be able to get the same
Brilliant.
fabric. The way that we print and the equipment that we have, the tolerances are minute.
Yeah.
So, you know, you wouldn't even notice that it had been, you know, I mean, obviously atmospheric conditions
Yeah.
can affect fabrics, but I mean, you know, you would have the same fabric in the same colour, on the same base cloth, you know, delivered quickly, efficiently, by hand sometimes.
Saying all the right
By
things.
hand. By hand. I mean, literally this
In
morning. By
person.
hand,
And when
in
did we
person.
actually meet for the first time? What day was it when you came in?
It was last
Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
Last
wasn't it?
Thursday,
Yes.
and that's the first time we met
Yeah.
Angela, and here she is today with a big roll of, well, 2 rolls of fabric for
Yeah.
us. So that's how quickly and how
That's-
efficient
I
and
know,
how brilliant
I know.
they are.
And wallpapers.
Right. Before we lose this lot
Mm.
into oohing and ahhing over the fabric, let's get the other important things sorted. How many base cloths do you print onto?
It's an ever moving. We have probably within Arley House, so we have you know, the other brands as well, but probably 15 regular base cloths.
And can you print whatever design on whatever base cloth?
Yeah, so basically the way that we like people to order is you choose your design and the colourway, and then you specify the base cloth. Now, if you work from the book or work from the samples, the standard samples, If you order this design, it will arrive on this velvet. Now, if you wanted a linen, for instance, like an upholstery linen weight, you will have asked us for an upholstery linen weight. And the sample that we produce for you on that linen will have a code on the back.
Right.
And the code will specify the base cloth. So it's quite a foolproof operation, if you like. This is actually a base cloth called Linara, which is actually a polyester, but it's got a high abrasion count, 40,000 rub test.
Do me.
And it's very smart.
Very nice.
Quick question:
crisp.
Is there a charge for changing the colourway? Is there an additional charge for that?
It depends how complex it is. We have a bit of it. The maximum charge would be 50% onto the trade price.
Okay.
So that is if we're changing layers. These designs, when they're separated, are like, if anybody's ever used like an AutoCAD program, where you've got the layers and you've got your colours, you know, and they're all layered one on top of the other. If it's a full recolour, we would charge 50% on the price. If it's a background colour, which happens a lot, we have some designs that have quite a plain background, and that plain background might just be off a few tones, and somebody wants it changing. What we
like the one with the birds that we were just looking at, for example.
Yeah, a little amend, as we would call it. Then we wouldn't charge you that full 50%. It would just depend. The other thing we can do, which is really good to know, I think particularly for furniture, is that we produce different scales. So we do different scales and we present those in our pattern books as standard, but we can also respond to your requests. So if you need, you know, if you've got a very small cocktail chair, for instance, and it's a very minute little back, and you realise that your pattern's going to go missing on it, then we can reduce that and make a really ditzy little scale for you.
See, that's the thing that, you know, experience tells you, and if you've got a kind of keen eye for design, I've seen so many scatter cushions off-centered because, you know, you're trying to use up the fabric you've got, but it's slightly like west of centre, or you've got a footstool that's got a ginormous pattern on, and you're thinking it's not quite to scale right, or you've got a massive sofa and you've got a tiddly little pattern, and the balance is just not right.
No.
Careful what you say, Angela.
Yeah.
But you can kind of offer the pattern in different sizes.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and we can usually do 3 scales. I mean, a lot of the designs you'll see in these books, we have 3 scales. But obviously, if somebody says, "Oh, it's just a little bit too big," we can reduce it in increments. I don't do any of this, by the way. I sound like I know exactly.
Oh, that's why you're agreeing to everything. That's why she's agreeing to everything. She's not the one doing it. Oh, I get it. I totally get it. It's like me agreeing to everything, and Susie's the one that's got to carry it out. I get it.
I just walk in, and everybody just the colour drains.
Well,
what does she want now?
Turn the vibrancy up.
Do you have a base cloth sample book?
We have a little sample ring for base cloths, and the reason being is that we're always adding base cloths. So we have outdoor collections as well. So we have
outdoor fabrics, folks. Come out for the summer.
We have 2 options for outdoor. We have an exterior soft, which has a sort of veloury finish, and then we have a como twill, which is a very smart, crisp finish.
We've never had so many questions coming in.
I know, yeah.
So there really isn't. I mean, there isn't a lot that we can't do, to be honest, which is really refreshing, because I was working for a big company, and you're so limited. It sounds ridiculous, but you're so limited.
They are. It's exactly
it's like
that.
literally, oh, well, that's it. It's in that colour. You can't. No. You can't have any more. You can't. You know. Or you will find that people will do a bespoke print, but then got to order 100 metres.
Exactly.
Our minimum order is 1 metre. With increments of 0.5.
So
that's brilliant.
I mean,
let's try and pull Arley House apart, and let's see if they're really as good as they say. Right. Number 1, before we get into the fabrics first, let's just dial down into, you know, I bet I can't get an account with them. Oh, I bet they won't give me discount. Oh, that sounds great, but are they helping the Joe Blogs on the street? Power to the upholsterers, people. Right, first of all, how can you get an account?
Email me.
Angela, you're going to be inundated with emails now as well. What we'll do is
I'm inundated anyway.
We're going to put all the details up, and what we're going to do is Susie had a great idea. We do it for one of our courses, and we're going to do it for this, for community as well, because we wanted to link everybody together, and it's worked successfully so far on our other courses. We're going to do it for you guys. We're going to start a ginormous WhatsApp group. We all love WhatsApp groups, folks. So we're going to start that. So we'll also put the details there, and then we're going to put all Angela's details in it, so you can find it all from there. So Susie, what's the best way to people to sign up to the WhatsApp group?
I think probably I'm going to send an email out about it in the first instance.
Send an email. Right, brilliant. That's what we do. Right, so first of all, can anybody join Arley House and get a trade account?
Not anybody.
Right.
We have to verify that they are obviously in business and that they're, running the right kind of business, as in upholstery, furniture.
So what would your criteria for be that? For that?
Just basically not anybody who's just kind of dabbling a little bit.
Hobbyists.
Hobbyists, like interior designers that are everywhere, that are actually just doing their own home.
Yeah, basically.
We obviously like to protect our network of accounts, and we have different terms for different business models, if you like. But we're happy basically to work with anybody who does have a bona fide business.
So the good news is you lot are all invited to the party, right? Because you're all verified and bona fide upholsterers. If somebody was working part-time but also getting their business off the ground, would that classify as criteria? That's
absolutely fine. I mean, we're happy to work with genuinely interested people. We have different terms, so we're not we have retailers that have that take pattern books, that spend a lot of money on pattern books, so we treat them slightly differently, but it's not only in the discount sense. But it's not to say that we're not happy to work with other people in different industry sectors. So no, I mean, the answer is we've got different accounts suited to different people, to different budgets, and everybody's welcome.
But what you're trying to avoid basically is these people on Instagram that's going, I'm now an interior designer, I bought a new house renovation, and I want stuff as cheap as possible and as discounted, or if not free. Exactly.
I mean, we're trying to encourage people to buy our fabrics through reputable places. So we'd like to think that if you've got customers, they'll buy the fabric from you. If we have a retailer and somebody in the local area would like to buy our fabrics or view our fabrics, we'd like them to go and view them and buy them with that retailer, and not then pretend to set up a business and try and get an account. I mean, I verify all the accounts myself, so it's good luck getting past me.
Well, you've said it. We've heard you. Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about price point. Where are we in terms of retail when it comes to your fabric? So the price that we're selling it to the customers, we're now talking about, guys.
Yeah, I mean, designs like this, 75 retail.
Right.
We have our V&A collection, so Victoria and Albert Museum. We work very closely with the archive. So we will have meetings with the V&A and develop, they will give us an artifact or something historical. And if we just go to this one, for instance, Lovebirds. This is a very old design from the 1800s, sort of chinoiserie, I should say, or some of them are quite chintzy. And then we will work on the colours, and they're all agreed with the archive. Yeah, beautiful.
Love the pink one.
And the pink one.
Yeah. The black's been very popular as well. I think very hard wearing with the black background. But so we'll work in conjunction with the museum, and then once they're happy with those colours, we will produce them. And we've started obviously just putting a few of the V&A. So they're higher in price because obviously we're under licence, and the amount of work is reflected in that. So 95 for the V&A collection.
But if memory serves me right, and you do this purposefully, you make beautiful fabrics that are printed, and then just pitch it perfectly under all the big hitters. Because, your Linwoods, definitely your Designer Guild, your Sandersons, all the big hitters are at £90 plus for a printed velvet.
Yeah.
And you somehow just managed to sit and quash all of that price point. Understandably, because you're keeping it all in-house.
Yes.
Not only is it controllable, but it also helps with the margins.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're reverting back to 15 years ago pricing for me, and I honestly think a belting fabric for 75 quid, honestly, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, now, on individual cases, you're going to take kind of look at what discounts you can offer them, but
Yeah.
would I say be right and correct, you're somewhere between 25% and 85% discount. 45, 40,
Between 25 and 40.
right,
And,
20.
yeah.
They're all scribbling. They're all scribbling it down. But this is what community was about, because individually you may never have heard about Arley House, okay? But this is a fantastic company that you can go to, okay? Speak to Angela. She deals with everybody. She deals with from John O'Groats to Land's End to Skegness to Bangor in Wales, and Una in Northern Ireland. So it's a really, really, really great, all-encompassing, and I'm not just saying that because Angela's here, but I know what it's like trying to set up a fabric account. You want all-important margins. You want safety, knowing that you can get it if you've run out again. The local, they can do everything, and they just get it. They're not going to fob you off. And already, like with Angela and Arley House, they've been hugely supportive to us, but also not just, oh, thanks for your order. It's, thanks for your order, but can I just run this idea by it? And you might not have thought about this service, you might not have thought about that. And it really, really helps kind of make you, if you've ever had that, what do you call it, feeling where you know, alienate yourself, what's the one you've always said?
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. You might walk into Arley House or Angela come round to you and you're thinking, I've got imposter syndrome here, I really shouldn't be here, or what about this? Straight away, they make you feel at ease and like just help you along the way, guide you. I've been in this industry for 30 years now, right? I thought I knew everything, but I thought, you know, I thought I knew a lot and I would be able to get my way through it. But with Angela's help, I'm like, wow, straight away, didn't know what grinning was. And I've been printing digitally for years, but there's so many different avenues. Oh, what about printing onto this fabric? What about changing it to this texture? What about enlarging it? Absolutely brilliant. Right.
So we've got some concerns from people, and it's a genuine concern because we've had this before. We had a company on called Sparrow and Plum. You've probably heard of them. Oh, you haven't heard of them? Okay. But they had a problem using an Emma J. Shipley fabric. They used it on products that they were selling, and Emma J. Shipley contacted them and said, you cannot sell products using my fabrics. That's not a problem with Arley House, is it?
No copyright issues whatsoever. We own all our designs, and we work under license with the V&A Museum, and that's renewed every year. So
brilliant.
One thing I was going to say, well, two things. Apart from your beautiful base cloths, can you print customers' own designs onto your
another question
base
we've had?
Yes, we can, yes, and we do. It's not our core business, but we do have, sometimes we have capacity. Obviously we're trying to keep our machine as lean as possible. So if we can do some printing for people and help them out, then obviously yes, we're happy to have that conversation. We accept, I believe, TIFF files and JPEGs.
Very good.
We obviously to print meterage, we would need the designs to be in repeat. So yeah, obviously, or we can obviously if it's a panel, then we're happy to print panels, which we do as well. cropped panels.
Very good. Right, let's dive down. Can't wait any longer. Let's dive down and have a look at some of your beautiful fabrics.
And while you are looking at them, I've had the question about what's the best-selling plain and the best-selling pattern.
Right, so this is difficult because we have a lot of designs, hundreds of designs, and every 2 minutes it's something different. So I would say, just off the top of my head, going to the decorative patterns, the ones that immediately spring to mind, Rydale has been very popular.
Have we got that here? Can you show?
I do.
I have to say, I'm just
No,
steaming
we've got
ahead.
the wallpaper.
What
It's the wallpaper.
I'm
Maybe.
absolutely loving is this
Yeah,
one.
Icon's been very popular for us. It's painterly, so it's soft,
It's
but
really
it's a
soft, isn't it?
geometric, 2 scales.
I mean, that would be a dream to upholster in that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's very dynamic when it's done.
The
That's
other good
really
thing of being
nice.
a plus point for an upholsterer, having pictures on stuff really helps your customers.
We have a function on our website, Design My Room, and you can actually drag and drop your chosen design onto an armchair. So if you've got some customers that are a little bit, let's say, unsure, let's use that
So
word.
that's polite, Angela, very polite, not what you
unsure,
described them
yes.
as being earlier.
Then you can actually get them an image, basically. So they're
Which-
not committing without
Really
seeing
That's
the
really
picture.
good to help them
really,
visualise,
really
isn't
Visual.
it?
And that's on the top. If you go on the website, it's on the top tab.
I really like
Design
that one.
My Room, and then you've got
I
lots
like
of
that one.
different. You've got lots of different room sets, and you
So
can do it
is
with
this
curtains
what
as
you're
well.
talking about, the different scale? Is that the same design? Just
Yeah, same
done-
design. We've just reduced it. So, and what works really nicely, I think, from a design point of view, is to use the 2 scales together.
I was
so you
gonna
may
say that's-
well, yeah,
that's
you can do
another
backs
thing.
of chairs,
Yeah, yeah,
cocktail chairs,
yeah.
for instance.
Like cushions and everything. Right.
Yeah. Just coming on to, I mean, you probably all make your own cushions, I would imagine, but when we produce our cushions that we supply in 3 sizes, we always crop an image as well. So we don't make out of meterage. We make from crop panels. So,
Where should we go have a look at one next?
well, I was going to show you these
Oh.
because these are brand new. I only got these yesterday.
Oh, seen them first for the first time.
Seeing them first is the first outing. So Arena, and then Arena Stripe. So the great thing about, and this is on the outdoor, so that's one that we
Okay.
printed on the outdoor base cloth, so right way around.
Everybody's
It has-
gardens are going to be now
Yeah,
stripy.
it has a backing which is antimicrobial. It's actually also fire rated, crib 5, so
Right.
great for any commercial work,
Yeah.
and it's water resistant. And then there's a whole host of colours, as we always do. We always do a lovely set of colours because we do them all ourselves, so we find it hard to stop.
Oh, this is the thing. And
Sometimes,
digitally
yeah.
printed, you're not, or you're
This
only
is
going to
the outdoor one I was talking about, which is called Como Twill, which is
I mean, they
a
look
very smart.
amazing
They look
on
lovely, don't they?
on screen.
Yeah. So this is a very smart kind of finish. This is a softer finish. So
Is this an
equally,
outdoor fabric?
yeah, equally popular.
Wow.
Also rated for spas as well, so you can use them in
I know
spa
this is
hotels.
difficult for you guys to feel, but this is the equivalent of picking your sofa up. It's still got like a kind of slight pile on it, and it doesn't.
Oh wow!
It
It's like a
doesn't feel
moleskin.
like this is your typical outdoor fabric, but this is a softer. And how waterproof is this?
It is water. We call it water resistant because it's not designed to be
Yeah,
left
yeah,
outdoors.
exactly,
Obviously,
exactly that.
I mean, you can. You know, it behaves really well. It repels the moisture. You just obviously in Britain we don't have the,
I know, yeah.
the climate.
It's
but
not going to survive a bank holiday weekend, but
You'd be surprised. I mean, I've had a cushion because we had one that we did a while ago. I had a sample cushion, some archer design with the monkeys and the birds on it, the leaves, and I just left it out for a whole winter,
oh wow.
and it was actually fine.
Oh
I
wow!
wouldn't suggest that people do
No,
that.
no,
I'm just
yeah.
saying,
No, but
the
that
light
shows
fast,
how good.
The inks are very light fast. They're very good quality bases. Obviously, when you stitch through it, unless you seal the seams, water
Yeah,
will
yeah,
get in.
yeah.
But we do. I mean, we see it left out. all the
People
time,
get
really.
so like knickers in a twist over outdoor fabric. I really don't understand it.
Well, you can have any of our designs on an outdoor fabric.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, you can have anything.
Oh.
I'm just showing you these with the suggestion for outdoors because they've
They've got that outdoor
they are so
look, haven't
lovely,
they?
aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
But this one is on the Linara, so you can see how nice it is for you doing deck chairs or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Be lovely. and each one has its own, obviously, colourway and a stripe to coordinate.
Yeah, really nice to have the two combined as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're actually working on a check as well, a little gingham. pretty
I
little
was
gingham
just
to go with
thinking that
this.
would be
So,
really
yeah, it
nice.
wasn't quite
a little,
ready, otherwise I'd have
yeah,
snatched it.
I can
yesterday,
see that
but-
would be nice as well.
And that's a nice piece on the linen.
I mean, the
linen.
colours on screen look.
Yeah, I think we're
Very-
known for
Is
our
it Kitty
colours.
McCall?
I was
type?
literally just about to say that's very Kitty McCall. Yeah.
We're known for our colours, our vibrant colours. You know, it's something that we take a lot of pride in, getting the colours right. And also the other thing, because we do respond so quickly, that if there's a trend coming, or if there's you know, a Pantone colour of the year, for instance, you know, we'll have one within 2 hours.
And I was going to say, you're only ever
know.
like minutes and hours away from a brand new design reacting to something.
So we're very reactive. We're not working 2 years in advance. We're looking at the trends, and we're developing our own look in that trend.
Let
And
me
it's
go
done very
through.
quickly.
Which one was it?
And of course you've got Crib 5, haven't
this
you? That's
one.
another question we've had.
Yeah, we've got basically a whole range of base cloths, domestic,
Oh, that one and that one. as well. We'll go
outdoor.
for them next.
Yeah,
We're
it'd
lined
be
up.
good really to show the textures,
So-
because textures is a big seller for us.
This one,
Um,
I used this on the back of an Instagram post last night explaining what we're doing.
Yeah,
And honestly,
Beautiful.
right, this is amazing. Now, just while I'm flicking through some of these fabrics, you have a special thing that you do with your pattern books, don't you? In terms of, you don't have all your pattern books for sale. You only print a number, don't you?
Yeah, we print a small run of pattern books. Not everybody wants to purchase pattern books, and we understand that, and that's fine. But we print quite a small number, if you like, by standards. We're not printing hundreds, and then we generally, once they've gone, they've gone. There is one exception. We had to reprint this because it was just in such high demand. Every design in this book is sold through really quickly and really consistently. But yeah, you know, we do a nice collection of pattern books. We don't bombard people. It's not overwhelming. You know, we've just got usually 2 or 3, 4 maybe circulating at any one time.
But then, obviously, that's.
But we're right. But students don't have to buy pattern books, do they?
No. I mean, we
like that one
sort
as
of
well.
we
one.
kind of encourage. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And this one. I
Yeah.
like this one.
2 scales in that.
I
3
like.
scales in the previous
Yeah.
one. Yeah, as you go through, this is beautiful.
this is beautiful
So a
as well.
nod to William Morris, but modernised. So I think everybody's seen, you know, a lot of the historical
Now,
designs.
for instance,
Yeah.
going back to the aim of digital printing, somebody wants this
Yeah.
on a sofa, but you could pick that and then just make a plane from it, couldn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the beauty. Like, you
Yeah.
know, you're thinking, oh, this is all just pattern, this is all pattern. But if you did want some of the plane,
Yeah.
colour pick it, have it
We
printed.
can basically pick it digitally, program it, print it, and it will be the same. It just saves hours looking for that pink. I mean, you'd be hours, wouldn't you, looking through?
No,
so
no.
we can just do that. Perfect for piping, perfect for edging.
Now,
whatever,
one
you know.
thing that we did talk about when we were talking about grinning, because of the base cloth, when you squeeze it like so, it reveals it. This isn't a fault in fabric or fabric printing. This is to do with depth of the pile itself. So although this is quite a deep pile, then all you would do, you could just have a fabric made in a different, piping made in a different pile fabric, and you won't suffer any of that, but you can have
That
it
is one of the
colour
questions
matched.
that we had about the fabric
So,
showing
now if I
through.
take this one,
It's
Angela's just
actually-
demonstrated, like
Yeah.
if you squeeze this one,
Move it up slightly onto it.
so much better.
Yeah. This is the one. This is the base cloth that we use for piping generally. Some
let's have a look through this
upholsterers,
one.
some upholsterers love opulence, which is this one, because they just prefer the look of it and the handle of it. And then there's an equal number of people that prefer the cut velvet, which is the Luxor, which has a slight line in it because it's.
What
spliced,
we've done
basically.
is we've just turned these all into scatter cushions, honestly. And we're going to go with some real fancy pants, ruching, fringing around them.
Grantley Hall had these. They've got them in their cocktail
good
bar.
enough for them. It's good. I love that one.
I think that's
Some
one
of the
ones
florals
I've
are
got.
beautiful.
But
Yeah.
like these are really traditional kind of prints, like your Dutch mastery kind of prints.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
But you can really contemporise them, because that word, well,
Yeah,
is a word
yeah.
today,
Yeah.
and make them real fancy.
Or didn't you say, Angela, that when you've done them, you've put animal prints on the back?
Yeah, we've done them with animal prints, which
Yeah.
is a bit wacky, but yeah, went down really well. People have
Oh,
had.
if we're talking
Yeah.
animal prints, let's bring it in, folks.
Oh, here we go. Here
Let's
we
bring
go.
it in. Right. So, you all have to come and visit at some point our studio here, and I desperately don't want to sell it, but I can imagine it selling very quickly. The fabric Angela just brought in is we're doing a chair for Rod Stewart. Right? And this is the fabric
yeah.
Rodders has chose. Honestly, my mum's going to be so proud of me. Do you think it's sexy? I actually do. I think it's amazing. But not only that, we just can't convey it on camera. But this is so lovely to the touch.
So realistic.
It's meow. Very, very nice. I love it. And we got old Tiger.
Tiger.
And there's another one of Rod
Quick
Stewart's
question while you're
candles.
looking through these.
Yeah.
Do you have any extra wide fabrics, or are they all standard width?
Standard width at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how our printers are set
But
up.
Yeah.
I have to say,
I will-
Angela did tell me a brilliant thing about railroading it
Yes.
when it comes to lampshades.
Yeah, we can railroad. So on request, we can railroad any designs. It's really handy for headboards, things like that, if you don't want to see.
So just to clarify what railroading is, normally we go meterage down, width across, about 140 centimetres. But sometimes when coming to do something like a deep burnt headboard, you would have to then Van Dyke it, or if it's a plain fabric with a real nice design on it, for those people who've got fancy pants sized beds, you would end up having to put a join in it or trying to work out how to work around it. Equally, if you're making lampshades and you want to do kind of drum lampshades at 60, 70 centimetres, you'd have to have two joins in it in order to be able to go around the circumference. But the beauty is, well, railroading means that you're going to turn it from being that way, spin it 90 degrees, and then print the design along the fabric that way, which means that you can work to a height of 140 centimetres, which would normally get you through a kind of a headboard height, certainly enough for like kind of drum footstools, but it's really much more, say like booth seating on the back of, you know, a lot of houses are having it now, but in commercial environments, you normally, what I would do is rotate it round. You normally get the inside back 3/4 of the way up it, and then you have the outside back on the other side, and it's just so much more efficient, so much more bloody quicker as well.
Saves fabric as well.
It saves fabric, saves money, saves time, and honestly, it's an absolute winner upholstery dinner. Wow, look at this one. Yes, we have all the fabrics. What's your personal favourite? Have you got a personal favourite?
That's tricky.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
That is tricky. I think, I'm just trying to think. I mean, I love the new collection, particularly, and I love Tulpen, which is this one. I used to live in Holland, so
Oh, do you?
anything tulips is very, yeah, it's my favourite flower, probably. Well, Davies.
I mean, being Dutch, you've got to say tulip, surely, haven't you?
Yeah, tulips. So probably, yeah, Tulpen, this one at the moment, probably
Well,
my favourite.
Let's go to the bottom one then.
Yeah.
Tell me the story. I know we had to restart it earlier, but tell me the story of when you used to work for Designer Guild.
Yeah.
You decided to pop into a showroom
I did.
to flog your wares.
I did. Yeah.
Which is commendable, by the way.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Brilliant.
If
Yeah.
there's one thing,
That's what you've got to be able
if
to
there's
do, I
one
suppose.
thing
But yeah,
we're constantly trying to
Fantastic.
teach people here
Yeah.
is to step out of your comfort zone
Definitely.
and just go in, and what can happen?
your story is proof that anything can
Oh,
happen.
anything can happen. We still laugh about it because I was so brazen, you know.
Where you
I
got
just
to be?
thought I could, you know, have you got, I can't see you on my system, you know.
So
you
you
have
work
a
for
Designers Guild account, they were just in hysterics.
So you worked for Designer Guild, you were passing a showroom,
Yeah.
Take it from there.
I just pulled up in my car, checked my list. I could see there were interesting things. I'm quite nosy anyway. So there were interesting things going on, chairs and things in the window and lots of lovely, like busy people, I suppose. Big windows. It used to be a car showroom, so it's got massive windows. So I was having a good look inside. And I looked on we used to have a proper, like customer database, if you like. And I couldn't see them anywhere. So I thought, well, I'm just going in. So I got my stuff, and not too much stuff, just a little bit, and walked through. And I was, because of the way we've got a sort of side door and we've got the main entrance door, and I walked the main entrance door, which is a long way through the showroom. I was walking towards everybody with these brochures, and I could just feel that, they were like, who's this? And they were all smiling, like, a bit awkwardly.
Here comes
And I was
another
like,
bloody
hi,
rep.
it's Angela from Science Skills. And they were like, hello? Anyway, once we realised that I was trying to sell to I was trying to, basically sell them everything that they'd already got. It's quite funny. And then I walked out with a job.
How brilliant.
So yeah, it was good. Yeah, and I'm still here. Yeah, 6 years ago, 6.5 years ago.
6 years ago, she walked in expecting to sell fabric.
Yeah.
She ended up selling herself and got a job.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it.
But better working for Designer Guild or working for Arley House?
Oh, Arley House. Yes.
Do people need an appointment to visit Arley House showroom?
Yes, preferably. Yeah,
Okay.
because I will meet them there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Another brew. But honestly, I've been flicking through designs, and I hope you're all seeing these at home.
This is beautiful.
It is
isn't
beautiful.
Two
You're on the
scales
wrong
as
camera if
well.
you want them to see it.
Lovely.
Sorry.
Price of the books? We're being asked price of the books.
Yes, the price of the books that we have available at the moment, the smaller books that we're looking at are actually out of stock, but we do have 4 of the large books available. This one that Anthony's looking at now is available. We have just reprinted this one because it was in huge demand. 120.
Okay.
We will do discounts if obviously taking a few. We don't expect you to take loads.
Oh.
Sorry.
But yeah, so they are incredibly expensive to produce, and obviously just the sheer amount of fabric in the pattern books.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't produce.
But
hundreds. But yeah, we're happy to help. We're happy to.
normally, what I would say at this point, sat next to a rep representing a company, is, well, that's what you need to do. But what I'm getting from the vibe from Arley House is, grow with them. Grow with them. Don't jump in and Pons, correct me if I'm wrong, don't go jumping into bed going, right, I want this book, and this book, without any knowledge of what your customers have seen, have wanted, or anything. So my best advice, with Angela sat next to me, would be ask the questions to Angela.
Yeah.
What have you sold in this area where I'm trying to set up or trying to do it? Work with the knowledge that they have. Right, I'm here. What fabrics do you sell around here? What fabrics can you offer me in terms of like samples? Was, as she said, she can order you up the samples. So you might not be onto the full discount that you should be entitled to when buying the books, but equally, you can buy the books when it's the right time to do it, because you've got an understanding of what your customers want. Okay, so talk to Angela. Don't think, oh, I shouldn't ask this question, Ask all the questions. Don't worry about the answers. Don't worry about them being the right or the wrong questions. Honestly, right? Take it from me. And I genuinely believe that this is a very, very, very good company to join, because they're going to be really supportive to you. They've got amazing fabrics. They've got really good discounts that can help you. And it isn't this is my starting point, and this is what I expect. It's going to be a little bit of nurturing all the way, opening it up, and as you go, they'll open up kind of the avenues that'll then allow you to explode. But this is definitely a foot in the door with a company that will wrap their hands around you, support you, offer alternatives. That's why we choose like kind of Martin's Upholstery, because they offer alternatives. They'll say, oh, what about this, and what about this, and and you can rely on them. I don't know what it is with the big hitters at the moment, but we've been let down not Linwood, I have to say, but other companies, been let down recently with either slow, being out of stock, just not getting back to us, and just real issues. But we went out for dinner the other night, only to a place for a curry, and we were just taken back, not by the lack of service, but how the amount of good service we received. And that used to be a norm, but now it's very much not the norm, and it's almost taken back. When, like, we never want to take liberties out of companies, but when we were talking to Angela and we're like, can you do this? And it was like, can we do this? And like, we need this. And normally it's like a beg, borrow, please, can you? But Angela, sat here, so don't get too embarrassed, was so grateful for the questions. But not only that, but she was like, yeah, we can do this, or even thought about this, and we can do this, and we can do that. It's not just a short-term, like, get her in kind of like thing. I genuinely believe there is enough designs through their entire collection to see you right for a period of time. The price point is at a very good price point. They're going to offer you discount and kind of the margins to help you along the way. Obviously, people are going to get different discounts depending on where they are in the journey of their business. But it's good, folks. It's really good. It's really good. I hope you've head to the website arleyhouse.com and it has all of their designs on there. You can request. I think we've just crashed the server already, haven't we? Their website's down. But you can order up all the samples, have a look. We'll put all the details, or if you email us in, we'll email you the details for Angela so you can get in touch with her.
I'm going to send out an email to everybody in community today with Angela's details, but also about the WhatsApp group as well.
And Instagram as well. Follow us on Instagram.
Follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, we're putting some nice things on Instagram.
But also, you've got another company called Arley Colours, is it?
Colours of Arley, yes. It's a separate company, but obviously if anybody wants to have a look at that, if you're interested, I can always direct you.
Any more questions for Angela just before?
I think we've covered most of the questions. If anybody wants to unmute themselves and ask something, please do. I think I've read out all the questions, but if I haven't, then just
honestly,
jump on.
I absolutely love them. There's not, I mean, the colours are, oh, that's a good one, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Let's flick this one over. They've got everything. They've got everything kind of covered.
Good one.
That's another good one.
This is a textured chenille, 90,000 rub tests. Great for anything.
All FR'd, all got high Martindale tests for upholstery, or for curtains, or for lampshades, or for cushions, or for your outdoor furniture. You've got it all covered.
We do the soft FR as well, so not back coated.
Okay, whereas
unless you particularly want back coated, I believe we can do both. Some people, if they're stapling, will like the bulk of the back coating, but everybody else seems to like the soft version. So yeah.
Emma, did you have a question?
Yeah, hi Angela. It was just, I've already got an account with Colours of Arley, so I was wondering. I'm obsessed with it. I just wondered if I needed
Angela's
a
saying
separate
that
account.
through gritted teeth because she represents Arley House. Move to Arley House.
Well, to be fair, I mean, both growing brands, so it's good for both. It's good for both. It's the same sort of audience, really, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, will I need a separate account then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Brilliant. I'll be in touch then.
It's run separately.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's not a problem. You already got an account.
I've got a feeling you're going to see a lot of Emma because she only lives in Poynton.
Ah.
Yeah, I'll live around the corner.
You'll know where we are then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come visit.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
Honestly. Any more questions for anyone? Oh, that's very similar to our sofa fabric. It's nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It's fun naming the colours. That's one
How
of
do
my
you come up with all of
favourite
these?
jobs. Well,
do you sit around at lunchtime just thinking,
Neela's very good at the names, but I sometimes have a moment and I just think, oh yeah, that's a good name, and then it gets approved. So yeah, I named the tulpan in here cocktail.
Oh,
The cocktail.
partial to a cocktail, Angela?
Yeah, definitely.
Very good. Right, any more questions? Any more from any more? Are we excited? I will take that as a yes. You need to mute yourself there. Absolutely, yes, thank you. Right, you know, this is what why we started this, because we were to bring all the companies together, find the companies, invite them in, and to help you just prolong your upholstery journey. Now, remember, this is for you, so if you've got anything you want to hear, see, or do on community, let us know, and we'll bring them in kicking or screaming, or like Angela, it's been an absolute pleasure. So, we're going to get all this uploaded. Thank you very much. If you've got any questions in the meantime, drop an email to Susie. You can DM us, WhatsApp us, call us, pop in here at Torvale Mail, or simply DM us. Did I say that one? Call us, WhatsApp, done all of them. Get in touch, and we'll get you the contact details for Angela. Angela has a phone charged. Tea at the ready, notepad at the ready, pencil at the ready. Get your questions in, drop us an email, and good luck. And I really hope this is something that just ignites you. When you get a certain thing within your business, it ignites you, it propels you forward. Sometimes it can be just starting up the Instagram account, or getting a business card, or your first customer. But getting fabric houses under your belt, supportive ones, honestly, will just transform your business. And I mean that with all sincerity. So, don't be on the peripheral, get involved. Anything from you, Susie?
No, just thank you. Thank you, Angela, so much for coming in. It's been brilliant.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's been fantastic, thank you.
Right, we're going to get dusted down, help Angela out to the car with these pattern books.
All the way back up the hill.
All the way back up the hill. For those people who are on my foundation course, I will be seeing you in approximately
16 minutes.
16 minutes. Stand by your bed, we're deep buttoning today. Whew. But it'll be so much easier in the thought that we've started the day off right. Remember, we're joining the WhatsApp group. That way we can interlink everybody, because we've been saying that over the last few weeks. We're going to be doing that. So that's all happening. We've got special offers, special details, and more things that we can keep you up to date with.